Hey guys, Shallow5 here. So I am really excited to finally do my SHINee album collection video. So as you can see, here's everything. Um, this is how my SHINee shelf for just albums is organized. So back there I have some Japanese releases, then Korean releases, and then the concert albums, then all jewel cases here, then solo stuff along with the newest albums. And back there's all OSTs and like other artists features and subunits and solo I'll explain everything in the rest of this video, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys how I set it up. Yeah, so I have 2 Heart here because like I love 2 Heart, and I'm sorry for the flash, but my closet, like the shelf is in my closet in the wall, so it's dark in here, so I have to have the flash on. I'm so sorry for the glare. But 2 Heart's a really special release for me since I, love Key, so I have it there. And then One of One, the cassette tape, because also very special for me. And then Key's Senior Song, his CD plate thing, because it's the only one of the member CD plates I have, and I think it was their first one too. So yeah. And then up there it's just a little Key plush. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually going to show you guys the Korean albums like this way, because that's just easier for me, and a lot of people, those are the albums you see the most and that lots of people talk about, and like all the SHINee channels are really up to date and have given really in-depth talk or discussion about these albums, the Korean ones. So I'm just going to show them here like this. I hope that's okay. For the rest of the albums I will take them out and show them a little better, but collection videos are such a mountain for me to climb. but I'm doing this because I am really happy about having completed my collection. So I'm gonna start with the Korean, like I said. So here is Replay, their first mini album, their first full-length album, SHINee World. This is the Type A. This is this green cover version. And then here is the Type B, which is this black and white version. They do have different photo books. And then Amigo, which is their first album repackage. And then we have Romeo, their second mini album. And this one came with a random member cover, and I have keys. I don't know if you can see it that well, but yeah. And then I have 2009 Year of Us here, their third mini album. Then I have Lucifer, their second album. There is a Type A version and a Type B version. I have them flipped. This is Type A, the one with all the members on it, and the one with Minho's face is Type B. I don't know why I have them flipped, but they do have different photo books. Type A is more like photo shoot, and then Type B is more behind the scenes. And then I have Hello, their second album repackage. And then here's Sherlock, their 5th mini album. And this was also random member. I got Minho, you can see him there, and then this artwork that belongs to him. It's like the face image. And then then their third album, Misconceptions of Us. This is like sort of like the repackage. It has Misconceptions of Me and You together in here, and then it also has extra tracks, right? I do not have Me and You because I just thought it was really redundant, so I just have Misconceptions of Us. Then their 6th mini album. I want to make sure I'm saying I got it wrong somewhere. This is their 5th mini album. So 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So yeah, and then here are continuing that. Here is SHINee's Odd, Type A, Type B. So this is when they started doing like jewel cases, so I just put them here for consistency. Married to the Music, the repackage for Odd. This is One of One, and this had 3 different spine colors. I think you can't tell from here. And then the repackage 1 and 1. And then here are their latest Korean album that has been split up into 3 parts, sort of how Misconceptions of Us was released. Me, You. I honestly don't want them to do that again where they do another thing that's everything together. I'd rather they just leave it like this because I, already bought these. But this is Story of Light episode 1, Story of Light episode 2, Story of Light episode 3. So yeah, I really like how these fit in with their solo ones, because also the colors you can see go really nice. So yeah, so that is it for their Korean discography, Korean OT5 discography. And now I will show everything else. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so this is the Japanese portion of my collection, and I have it organized from their debut single Replay over there all the way here to their latest release, and you can't even see it on the screen. It stops at DXDXD on the screen, but I will show you guys everything. I wanted to show it in the order that the singles fit into the full album. So first we have their debut single Replay, and it did have a new track. Wait, never mind, it did not. It had Replay and Hello translated into Japanese. Then the Juliet single, which had their first ever original Japanese track, Kiss Kiss Kiss. And these are the regular editions, and they both came with CD, DVD, and a small photo book. That was really nice that they used to do that. Then for their third single, it was Lucifer, Love Like Oxygen, translated into Korean. And I actually have the play button version, but my play button is broken. It does not work. So I got this for like $10 shipped, and that, you know, the fact that that doesn't work explains it, because this, like, new or working is really expensive. But this has a DVD, CD, photo book, and the play button. There's also a version that's like these two, and I believe those two also have this kind of version. And so those three singles all appear in SHINee's their first full-length Japanese album. So it has Lucifer, Amigo, Juliet, Better, To Your Heart, Always Love, Replay, Start, Love Like Oxygen, Hello, Shiny World, Seesaw, and Stranger. So you can see tracks besides the ones mentioned there are all new tracks. So that was really cool. And this is just the CD DVD version. This is actually a Taiwan press. That's the one I own. And then for Sherlock, you know, they released that in Korea, as you saw previously, but then they also released a Japanese version of it as a single in Japan. And I don't know if you can see, but this is a really, really trippy cover. I don't think you can see it all on camera, especially with the glare from the light directly above. But this comes with a photo book and the CD DVD twin tray. This time around, this was the limited edition, and the regular edition was just a paper sleeve CD. So yeah, I got the limited just because I love Sherlock era so much. And the pictures here are even better. They're the same concept, but the pictures are like a little more creative in this one than the Korean version, but both are still like really nice. And then there's also the Dazzling Girl single. I got the Type B limited edition. Ignore writing on the sleeves. I just use any sleeves to like protect my albums. So the Dazzling Girl single, all original music here. Dazzling Girl, Run With Me, except Bodyguard was it's labeled as an OST, but I think it was just like a promotional song. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but they had that in just this Type B limited edition, so that's why I got this version specifically instead of the jewel case or the pretty purse Type A version. There was also the release of the 1,000 Years Always By Your Side single. I got the regular edition. It has that song and another song in Japanese that I do not remember the translation to. And then SHINee's Fire. This is the regular edition. The limited edition is literally just this in like another box. And then all four of these show up in the Boys Meet You album. So yeah. And new songs here are Password, Breaking News, Kiss You, Burning Up. Yeah, and the other songs are all from those singles. So this is the regular edition. The limited edition, I don't even know what that looks like, actually. Wow. I'm sorry. And then the Boys Meet You single, which came like recently after the Boys Meet You album. This has Dream Girl Japanese version and Sunny Day Hero. So from here on out, they go back to like including Korean tracks translated into Japanese. Because you saw for these, they hadn't done that, and then they did it again. And then there's the 321 single, and it has Everybody Japanese version, Colors of the Season. This is the regular edition again. I tend to buy just the regular edition, and as you can see, the exception was with Dazzling Girl because it had an additional track. Then there's also Lucky Star, which had Bounce as the additional track. And then all those singles, Boys Meet You, 321, and Lucky Star show up in I'm Your Boy, and I have a regular edition Taiwan press. So yeah. So Taiwan press tends to be cheaper, so sometimes if like the Japanese album comes out, you can wait a while and on eBay find the Taiwan version for less money, brand new. Just that the album is a Taiwan press and the photo card is a Taiwan press. And since it costs less, those photo cards tend to be worth less. But you know, if you just want the release and want the photo card, then the Taiwan press to me is no problem. So yeah. So it also has, I think 365 might be a new song. Yeah, 365 is a new song. Perfect 10. I think those are the, and Downtown Baby, of course, and Picasso. I think Picasso might be new on here. So yeah, those are the original tracks there. And then this next like set for their album, Your Number single, and this is when they also started doing, I believe, fan club versions. I think there was like a fan club exclusive you could buy of Your Number, different from the regular and limited edition. This is the limited edition. It's in a jewel case. The first time they did a jewel case for a limited edition, and this, you can't open it, but it brings a CD and a DVD. And this one was all region, so that was really exciting to me. Then that's the only single promoted before the release of their fourth full Japanese album, DXDXD. This has a lot of new tracks because like the only single was Your Number. So yeah, like almost all of those. And it includes the Japanese version of VU. Oh wait, hold up, I'm missing a single. Sorry, I had to go get it, but before DXDXD, there was actually the release of Sing Your Song, which was the first time they did fan club member covers. So they did like a fan club version of something for this, but it was just like a sleeve kind of release. I think it might have had exclusive DVD content, but then they, for Sing Your Song, they did full-on member covers, and I have Key's cover. So yeah, so it's just the single itself, and Key's face is on the CD. So yeah, so these two singles are on the DXDXD album. And then after that, we have Kimi no Seide, again, regular edition. And this has Nothing to Lose as the other track. And then Winter Wonderland, regular edition again, with Melody as the additional single, or additional track on the single. And those two are included in the album 5, SHINee's 5th full-length Japanese album. And honestly, an amazing one. It has Gentleman, Mr. Right Guy, ABOAB, Kimi no Seide, Do Me Right, Become Undone, Get the Treasure, which was the title track, One of One Japanese version, Nothing to Lose, Melody, Winter Wonderland, and Diamond Sky. So yeah, this is the regular edition. And for this, they did have another, so let me explain a little better. They had fan club versions for Kimi no Seide and Winter Wonderland, and for 5, for these two, it was the member covers, and for 5, it was like a big package with exclusive, like additional exclusive content. So yeah, and then the last of their entire Japanese discography is the From Now On compilation album to celebrate their Japanese career. So I got this version with the CD DVD because it has additional tracks. So if you had gotten the regular edition, you would not have gotten this bonus disc with the new songs, Every Time, Tell Me Your Name, and which other song? Where's the other song that's new? Every Time, Tell Me Your Name. There's an additional song. From Now On. Oh, From Now On is on, never mind. From Now On is on the first disc, but then the second disc is only available to the limited edition version. So that's why I got this one. I already explained how I collect Japanese. It's regular edition unless there's additional music content, like an additional track, like there was in Dazzling Girl and From Now On. Those are the only instances where I'll do that. But as you might have noticed, for Your Number, I did get the limited edition because I was just really hype about Your Number, because that was in Tokyo, their first ever Tokyo Dome, like in the time of that happening. So that's why I did that. But yeah. So I didn't explain too well like all the versions and stuff. If you have questions, you can ask me, or you can honestly just find Shao 360 has a wonderful video for her, like explaining the different versions for Japanese albums. I will link that below for you to check that out. But this is what I have for SHINee Japanese. Oh, although I did want to mention Taemin's solo Japanese work. He does have 3 physical things out there, but you'll hear more about these in a bit in my SHINee solo album group. So now these albums are my concert albums. SHINee has 4 so far, and I have all 4 of them. I think they're all pretty hard to get now. So these are things that if you want to collect, definitely get them when they come out. And the reason I like them is because SHINee always does like special stages for their concerts, so songs that they haven't released an official studio version for. I will show you some. So here's their first concert album. It's in this like double digipack kind of packaging. And here they did solo stages. So like, I'm trying to look for them. So Onyu did Nessun Dorma, that opera song. Taemin did a Romeo and Juliet cover. Key did My First Kiss. Minho did OMG by Usher. And Jonghyun did a cover of Girls by Huisung. So yeah. So that's like the cool thing here. And there are some like rearrangements. Like SHINee World, the song, the version on here is my favorite because it includes like Ring Ding Dong, like up to Ring Ding Dong in the like intro where they say song titles. The original studio SHINee World just goes up to Love Like Oxygen. So yeah. And then there was SHINee World 2 in Seoul. These are all in Seoul. That's usually what concert albums are for. And this one's like this, and the 2 discs like that. Mine came really damaged. And here, the special stages that I really like. Onyu has 2 songs. He has I Won't Give Up, and then Dagon Annyeong. Forgot who that's by. And then Key has Hair and Judas by Lady Gaga. Where's the other members? Oh, they do a cover of Amazing Grace. Oh, there's a Heya, like Jonghyun's solo song from the first album. He did perform that here. And then I think, yeah, Taemin and Minho solo songs from this concert. I guess they didn't get copyright for them or something, so they're not in here. But still, you know, those other songs though, I wanted to have like the physical of them. And then we have SHINee World 3, which was the first one I got like relatively close to when it came out. The other 2 I had bought a while after. And this one, I just really loved it because the track listing at the time, you know, it was like all my favorite songs. So it's only up until the Everybody album. But they did perform some of their Japanese songs like Kiss You, Dazzling Girl, 321. They did a Korean version of 321, which has the iconic ha 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 thing Jonghyun did. It's like a famous vine. And then Celine 6.23 was performed live, and that's special to me. Well, to all international fans. And I believe this is also the album that has the special track that is fans singing along to The Reason. I don't remember which disc, but that is on here, and that's also really, really cool. And after the Sewol Ferry incident to a Shao that had passed away, I remember they sent a copy of the album with SHINee signature saying that her voice could be heard there because all the Shaos were singing, like, her voice was in there, you know, and they sent that to her parents. So, it's just a really special thing, you know, that they included that. I won't take this out of this packaging, but now I'll show you SHINee World 4, which you can see is a lot bigger than these other ones. And this is the hardest to get. It's heavy, so that makes it expensive already. And then it was limited, but this one's really cool because of the photo book and because it brings a poster, and this was the first one that brought a photo card. And this has all the way up until the View, the View album, Odd, and Married to the Music, like that time. Actually, I think Married to the Music hadn't come out yet, so it's just up until View. I'm pretty sure it's just up until the Odd album. But that was really good too, and it has a great track listing since by then SHINee had a very impressive, you know, discography. And so yeah, I really like these. I like seeing also what songs they continue to sing tour after tour. Because they obviously sing more of the more recent songs, but then they always also go back to some of the older songs. Yeah, so I just really like these, and I love collecting these. Here is the OST portion of my collection. So I collect all original soundtracks for shows or movies if ever in the future, but like anything SHINee sings, either if it's just one member or if it's like multiple members or like the whole group. But I consider it a SHINee song because, you know, it has SHINee vocals on it, although it is used for the purpose of some sort of production. So yeah, they're not really in order, but their first ever OST was Boys Over Flowers, the song Stand By Me. So this is the best collection. It has all the songs by the songs that was supposedly most popular. It mostly has all the songs by idol groups. And this is actually so this is like the best of their OST because the OST actually has two parts, and SHINee Stand By Me is in the first part of it. It's really rare if you find a copy of that, but that is the original release of Stand By Me, but that's the version I have because it is the more easily accessible one. And then I'll show you guys this one, which is the Who Are You School 2015 OST. On here there's a track by Jonghyun and Taemin. It's called Ke Irim, so that name. Yeah, so this was in 2015. Yeah, that's the title of the show. And this is an interesting OST. This has like a journal type of thing. I can't show this at all. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a planner or something that you actually use in school. But albums are expensive. I don't know who'd do that. Then I have this City Hunter OST. This is the special edition with all the OST songs in 2 discs. This too was released in 2 parts, and Jonghyun was on the first part, which is really, really hard to get. I've seen a couple copies flying around, and this version, the special edition, has been reprinted. This was a first press, which is why it cost me quite a bit, and now it's being reprinted, and cost basically what I paid for this one new. And I got this one used, but yeah. So yeah, it's City Hunter. This is from 2012, yes. So Jonghyun sang the song So Goodbye, which is here on the 2nd disc. Or actually, yeah, he might have been in the part 2. I'm not sure, but he was in one of the parts. And then I have the Queen of the Classroom OST. This is from 2013. SHINee did Green Rain. Yeah, they made a music video for this where it was like scenes from the show with the cast who were children, and SHINee, they did like a little choreography. Then here's the School Oz OST. So this isn't a show, but this was the hologram musical SM did, which was a really strange thing that happened, but he was in it as a cast member of the show, and so his vocals are throughout the track lists, throughout the tracks on this album. My favorite thing is the Twinkle cover. I love that so much. Okay, and then so those are all the like oddly shaped ones, and then these are all like jewel cases in digipacks, and these are in oldest to newest. I'll show them that way. There's the Dream OST. SHINee participates with the song Countdown. And then there's the Haru OST, which I still am not sure what this is. It was like an interactive web drama, which I'm not sure how that went, but it has members from Big Bang that participated in it, and like Kim Bum stuff. And here SHINee did Haru, and there's also a rock version of that song. There's the Prosecutor Princess OST. SHINee sings the song Fly High. It's the first track here. And then there is History of a Salaryman. This is Key's like OST debut. He did it with Ituk from Super Junior, the song Bravo. And then there's To the Beautiful You, which Minho starred in. And the songs here are Onyu in Your Eyes, and then Taemin, It's You. So 2 members got to participate in this. 3 members, because, you know, Minho acted in it. And then here's the Prime Minister, and Taemin, sorry. Taemin participated in the song. What's the English title? It's that first one, Balkorim, Steps by Taemin. And there's also a whistle version of that song. Interesting. And then the Miss Korea OST. This is out of focus. In which Onyu participated with the song Moonlight. It's such a pretty song, by the way. I think it's my favorite of Onyu's OST stuff. And then here I have the Birth of a Beauty OST, like one of my prized possessions. I haven't even opened it because it's too precious. But Jonghyun participated in this one with the song She. And then Jonghyun participated in the Oh My Venus OST with the song Beautiful Lady. It's the first one. So yeah, those are all the OSTs. It's just been Key, Jonghyun, Onyu, Taemin who have participated. Oh wow, everyone except Minho. But Minho's been acting in dramas, so you know, compensates that way. Key and Jonghyun have the most. Taemin only has the 3. Onyu has the 2. And yeah, Key and Jonghyun have the most out of OSTs. This is now the features that SHINee has done on other artists' albums. So this is just like a SHINee member or SHINee was on the track for an album for another artist. It probably was self-explanatory, but just to be clear, they're not in any specific order here. If you're curious about the order, let me know and I'll tell you. Also, if you want to know what year these came out, that's all in my yearly discography videos. You can see I have everything chronological there. So just in random order, I'll show you guys. Here's EXO's debut album, Mama. This is the Chinese version. In both the Chinese and Korean ones, Key does a rap for the song 2 Moons. His rap is in English, so it is the same in both versions of the album. It just in the Chinese one, Chris is doing like the backing for him, and in the Korean one, Chanyeol is. So yeah. Here's IU's Modern Times. I think it's her 3rd album, right? And Jonghyun composed and featured on the song Gloomy Clock. I will show his compositions in a little bit, but here he also got credit as a featured artist, and he sings not exactly a whole verse to himself, but he does do like the chorus with her. And then here we have Boa's Only One album, which Key features on the song One Dream together with Henry from Super Junior. And also, fun fact, Taemin's in the Disturbance video. Wait, is that even this album? That might not even be this album. Sorry, there's no track listing on that for me to confirm. And here's Jang Lee-in's first album, and Jonghyun. This was actually pre-debut. Jonghyun was on the track Timeless Love, I think is the English translation. But then there's like a Chinese title and a Korean title, and they're all different. But I think Timeless Love is the one is the English, official English title by SM. Here's the album for Dongbang Shinki's 3rd Asia Tour concert. The song Sciatic, is that how you say it? Sciatic by Shia Junsu, right? I think it's by him. He features on that performance. He did the rap and did like a little dance with him, and his rap is on the audio for this CD. Then Key was also on Trax's first mini album on the song Healing. Where is this song? This song right here, number 5, Chayu Healing. He does a little like, I think it was a rap too. I think he only gets like rap features. And then here's Henry's Trap, his first solo thing. And Taemin is on the song Trap. In the music video, it has Taemin doing the singing, like both Taemin and Kyuhyun and having different singing parts. But on the CD itself, there's actually 2 versions of the song, one with just Kyuhyun and one with just Taemin from SHINee. So yeah, so here it's all Taemin on the one track, whereas in the music video, like I said, he shares with Super Junior's Kyuhyun. And then here is FX's Pinocchio, and this one's interesting because all of SHINee features on the track Lollipop. So it's like SHINee members singing little bits, and then in the chorus it's like all of FX and SHINee singing together, so that's really, really cool. Here we have Girls' Generation's Into the New World album, and here, so Key performed with Jessica the song Barbie Girl, so the audio for that is here, and also the audio for the song of Onyu and Jessica. I don't know what the title is, but it's like a ballad, and that song is actually on the SHINee album for SNSD, but I bought this instead because it had Key with Jessica and then also the Onyu with Jessica, like, so I got both. And then we have Lee Hyunji's Kiss Me album, where Onyu features in the song Vanilla Love. We have The Cloud Dream of the Night by Jong-hwa, where Jonghyun features on the song Oh Yeah. We have Kim Yeonwoo's latest album, where Onyu featured on the song Ojang Kwanli, and he also wrote the lyrics to it. And actually, hold up, I realized there's one more album I actually have not shown. It is SNSD O album, where Key features on the song Boys and Girls. So yeah, Key has had the most features, but you can see everyone except Minho has featured on another artist's track. And albums that have repackages like Oh, Pinocchio, yeah, I'm letting you know now. This has the repackaged Red Summer, that has the repackaged Run Devil Run, I think. So yeah, so that's it for SHINee's features. It's actually quite a bit, and it's really interesting. As you can see, it's a wide variety of artists they've helped out with music. Okay, so now everything you see here is what I consider SHINee's like solo work, although it does have a couple like subunit type things and then some things I don't really know what to name them, but I put them in solo because it was just one SHINee member participating. I'll start with the straight up solo stuff. So the first soloist in SHINee was Taemin. His albums are here. So it starts out with Ace. This is the white version. So that was his debut, first mini album. Then there's the full album, Press It. I have the beige with gold version. Then there's his second full album, Move. This is the, I think this is the wild version. Yeah, and then this one's the mood version. And then the second album repackage, Move In. So the title track for Ace was Danger. I was trying to think of the English title, Danger. And then for this one it was Press Your Number. And then for the second album it was Move. And for the repackage it was Day and Night. And then Taemin also has some Japanese solo work. So his debut single, Sayonara Hitori, I have the regular edition. There's also a limited edition. Then his second Japanese release, Flame of Love, again the regular edition. And then here's a promotional single for the OST he recorded for the drama Final Life that he was a lead actor in. So yeah, this is really cool. And then I guess I'll continue with Taemin. I have one other item. So this is the PYL Unique album. It doesn't even fit in my screen. But so this was several SM performers. It has a song by Bo, and then it has a song by Jessica, but then Taemin is on the song with Henry Eunhyuk from Super Junior, Kai Luhan from EXO, Hyoyeon from Girls' Generation. Yeah, I think that's it. I think those were the people that participated in that track. Max Step, that's the name of the track. And so this is the CD DVD version. There's also a CD only version. And so this was like a promotional thing for Hyundai, the car brand, that those SM artists did that and released this. And I count it as like a subunit thing because Taemin was in there. Now let's move on to Jonghyun's solo work. So his debut, Bass. This is the wine version. There's also a green version. The title track was Crazy, and then the Deja Vu became a double title track. There's Jonghyun's Story Op 1. So I think End of the Day was the song they were promoting with that. Like the song that got a music video. Then She Is, with She Is as the title track. That was his first full length. Then Story Op 2. This is the photo version, and then this is the essay version. And for this album, it was Lonely that they had a whole music video for. And then his last release, Jonghyun's Poet Artist album. So it has 11 tracks, so I would call this like a full album, like, you know, like it's not a mini album, it has a lot of songs. And then he had like a subunit thing. He was in SM The Ballad, the first one with Gina, who's now in Pentagon, Kyuhyun from Super Junior, and Jay from Trax. So yeah, he was in the like main song, and then he was also in Don't Lie with Gina. And then there's SM The Ballad, the second one, Breathe. This is the Korean version. There's also a Chinese version. Jonghyun sings the title track Breathe together, and then also the song A Day Without You with EXO's Chen. There's a lot of people in this one, and it changed depending on the Korean and Chinese and Japanese, so I'm not exactly sure who else was in there. And then there's also this. It's like 20 different vocalists from K-pop like were put together to sing the song for the Korean Summit. You can see a picture of everyone there, like a group shot, and then here's everyone. And you can see Jonghyun is, where is he? Right there. Because he participated as one of the 20 vocalists. So yeah, I consider this like a solo subunit type thing. And then I'll show you the one key thing. He did his subunit with Woohyun from Infinite to Heart, which is such an important thing for me. Because it was his friend and stuff, and yeah. And then there's two more things I don't really know where else to put, so I put them in this category. It's SHINee featuring on compilation albums. So it's like a SHINee solo song, but in an overall SM album. The first is an SM Town's Winter album 2011. This is a gold version. There's also a silver version, and I also think this is a Japanese press instead of a Korean press because this one doesn't have the Conca sticker. But yeah, SHINee sang, they did a cover of Last Christmas by Wham. And then there is the SM Station, which definitely does not fit vertically in my screen. And I'm trying to look for the songs here. But here, Jonghyun has a solo track right here, Inspiration, on the 4th disc. And then Onyu also has a collaboration song, Starry Night. It says right here, Starry Night. Yeah, and it's with Gina. So yeah. So this, so two SHINee members get their own like songs. But it's like solo work, but it's within this whole SM thing. So yeah, that's it for the solo and subunit work. I forgot to include the SM Town Summer 2009 compilation album, where the only groups that participated were Dongbang Shinki, Super Junior, and SHINee. And SHINee did the song Seaside. And then they also participated, they featured in the song Seaside because it was all 3 groups together. And then they have their own song, which is the last one, Scar. I don't know if you can see that. It's not focusing, but it's the 4th song, Scar. And here there's images of all the boys from all 3 groups. Hey guys, so the final clip for my SHINee collection will be the extra stuff that isn't exactly SHINee collection, but I wanted to collect this, you know, some sort of extra. So these albums here are albums where Jonghyun composed for these artists. So the first one is IU's Modern Times. I'm showing them kind of in order. So this was in 2013, and as I mentioned, he composed and also featured on this. I count it as one of his compositions. Then there's also Son Dambi's Red Candle single. So this is a promotional single. So there was no like official release that was sold like at stores and stuff, but this is a promotional release that, you know, is just used among like within the industry, you know, to get the word out on the single. And so this Red Candle was composed and arranged by Jonghyun. And then there's also, he composed Playboy on the Exodus album for EXO. So yeah, this was also, these were all in 2013, I think. No, those were in 2013, this was in 2015. So yeah, and you can hear in the Korean version of Playboy, like by the XOK version, you can hear Jonghyun's backing vocals as well. So that's really, really cool. And then there's also Lim Kim's Simple Mind. He composed the song No More. So yeah, and there's a whole really cool clip on her company's channel on YouTube where they show them like recording, and they ask him about like working with Lim Kim, and they ask Lim Kim about working with Jonghyun, and it's really cool. And then I don't know when this came out, has to be 2015 or 2016, but Jonghyun composed Lee Hi's Breathe, and I wasn't able to get the Korean version, but I ended up buying the Japanese version, her Japanese debut album, which includes Breathe, along with all the albums from her Soulite, along with all the songs from her Soulite album, as well as a couple other tracks. And I'll explain this more in the video where I got this. Like that's gonna be uploaded later. But yeah, so he composed that song, and so this isn't the original album where that came in, but it has the song, so that's why I'm satisfied with this. So yeah, so those are Jonghyun's compositions. And then these two other things that I'm adding in here. So here we have the Nana's B VCD. There's actually two versions of this out there. There's one from like 2008, and this is the 2009 one. So it's a VCD, so it's not exactly, it's not a CD. A VCD is the smaller disc. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but I have this because it has the full audio clip for the Nana's B song SHINee did. It's like, wanna be SHINee girl. It's like, it's really corny. You can find it on YouTube. But since I do want to collect all of SHINee's songs, you know, I wanted this because I want to have the audio clip for that. So yeah, but it is a VCD and not a CD. So I don't really know how to categorize this in my collection. And then I also have to show you guys the Blue Night 3rd anniversary CD. It is 3rd anniversary, right? Yes. So this has no new content. It is a compilation disc, 2 discs of compilations of different songs that Jonghyun and the writer, the producer of Blue Night, thought would be suitable for like Blue Night. And this was released like around when he was leaving Blue Night. So yeah, so there's nothing recorded by Jonghyun or anything actually new by any artist. It's all old songs. Like you see, there's a lot of like really old American music on here. But I do keep it here because it was released for Jonghyun's show, his radio show. So I do include this in my collection. So yeah, so this has been the end of my entire SHINee album collection. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know in the comments or something, or my social medias in my description. You can send me messages there. I would be glad to help anyone look for anything, because I know some of the stuff I have is out of print, since SHINee is a group of 10 years, so their stuff is a little harder to get, like the more limited stuff and the older stuff. But I would be happy to help any way I can. And also, thank you so much for watching this video. This is really special to me that at their 10 years I was able to complete their discography according to my rules, you know, because I don't have every version of every Japanese thing. Some things are like not as good, like this I could have had the Korean version instead of this one, but to my satisfaction I have everything, and I am really, really happy. And yeah, I hope everyone watching this can also fulfill their SHINee collection goals. Until next time.